Welcome to the deep dive. Today our mission is really focused. We want to give you a practical tool for emotional resilience. And this comes straight from the personal journal of Emperor Marcus Aurelius himself. So yeah, this isn't just history, it's a mental technique you can use right now.
Exactly. What we're diving into is this cognitive practice the Stoics often called the objectivity technique.
Hmm.
Sometimes you also hear it described as stripping phenomena bare. The aim is quite specific, almost surgical, really. It's about training your mind to, instantly peel back all those layers of subjective value, the emotional stuff we tend to pile onto external things.
And the context here is so important, isn't it? For understanding how powerful this tool can be. I mean, Marcus Aurelius was writing Meditations, which was basically his private self-help manual while he was fighting wars on the frontier and dealing with the Antonine Plague, this massive pandemic. So he wasn't just sitting around theorizing. He was actively, rigorously training his mind to stop the brutal reality outside from completely taking over his inner peace.
Precisely. Yeah, the core method is this kind of philosophical deconstruction. To sort of break the spell of an object or an event, you have to see it for what it really is. And you do that by dissecting it, breaking it down into its basic parts. It's simple matter and cause. That's the key mechanism.
Cause. Okay.
Right. When you reduce something down to its material origins, you expose the status or the value you assign to it. You see it as this artificial layer, something you put there, not something actually in the object itself.
Okay, let's make this concrete. Because Aurelius was, he was ruthless with his descriptions. Really ruthless. He wanted to just rip away any false status symbol that might distract him. So take the ultimate Roman luxury item, that royal purple robe, right? For the emperor, it was just sheep's wool dyed with the blood of a shellfish. That's it.
It's the ultimate takedown, isn't it? He takes this thing of immense cultural status, huge financial worth, and just reduces it to animal products and, shellfish guts, basically, bodily fluid mixed with raw material. By doing that mental exercise, the object just loses its grip, its power over his emotions.
And he didn't just stop with status symbols. He turned this same kind of brutal objectivity inwards, towards pleasures, things we might naturally find attractive. He argued fine wine, it's just fermented grape juice, nothing more. And here's where it gets famously visceral. He strips bare the act of sex, describing it clinically as basically internal friction and a convulsive ejection of mucus.
Wow. Yeah. The intention there is just radical honesty. He recognized that our minds attach these grand, romantic, maybe eternal values to things that are fundamentally temporary, passing.
Right.
And he applied this even to symbols of Roman power and permanence. Marble, the stuff of huge monuments. He just dismisses it casually as, but the concrete humor of the earth, like hardened earth juice. And gold and silver, simply, it's heavy dregs, just the sediment at the bottom.
Okay, but hang on. If we reduce everything we care about to just, dregs and mucus, doesn't that risk just leading to cynicism? Or even like nihilism? Is the point just to stop enjoying anything?
That's the crucial nuance. You've hit it. The Stoics aren't asking you to become despairing or cynical. Not at all. They're asking you to be incredibly soberly honest. Look. If you know deep down that the fancy purple robe is just dyed wool, you won't chase after it with the same kind of desperation, right?
Okay, I see.
When you remove that subjective judgment, the thought that something is inherently great or inherently terrible, you expose its, as he put it, despicable value, its actual, maybe quite mundane value. And the moment you suppress that subjective thought, that judgment, the mental cry of, I am hurt, it just vanishes.
So the damage isn't actually done by the thing itself, like the stressful email or comparing yourself on social media or even a broken piece of marble. It's done by the story we tell ourselves about how important that thing is. The goal is to practice seeing the world stripped bare, maybe every day.
That's the work. That's exactly the work required to maintain what the Stoics called the inner citadel of your mind, your mental fortress. So if you really take this on board, that external things are just matter and cause, and that their power over you relies entirely, solely, on your judgment about them. And here's something for you to think about. What major anxiety in your life right now starts to lose its power, lose its influence, the moment you reduce it to its simplest, most subjective parts?